The Courage of Nephi, A Journey for the Plates. Deep in the desert, under a canopy of stars, Father Lehi called his son Nephi to his side. He had a very important mission from the Lord. "My son," Lehi said, "the Lord has commanded that you and your brothers return to Jerusalem. You must obtain the record of our ancestors, the brass plates, from a man named Laban." Laman and Lemuel murmured, for they were afraid of the great city and the powerful Laban. But Nephi stood tall, with a heart full of courage. He looked at his father and said, "I will go and do the things which the Lord hath commanded, for I know that the Lord giveth no commandments unto the children of men, save he shall prepare a way for them." Nephi and his 3 brothers, Laman, Lemuel, and Sam, began the long journey back through the dry, sandy wilderness. They packed their bags and walked many miles, heading toward the high walls of Jerusalem. Nephi spoke words of encouragement to his brother Sam, who listened with a quiet, steady faith of his own. When they reached the city, the brothers decided to cast lots to see who should go first. The lot fell to Laman. With a shaking heart, Laman entered the house of Laban. He asked for the plates, but Laban grew very angry. "Thou art a robber," Laban shouted, pointing a finger at Laman, "and I will slay thee." Laman fled from the house and ran as fast as he could back to his brothers. He told them how Laban had threatened his life. Laman and Lemuel wanted to go back to the desert and give up, but Nephi would not move. He knew the Lord wanted them to succeed, and he wouldn't leave without the plates. Nephi had a new plan. He led his brothers back to their old home in Jerusalem to gather all their gold and silver. "We will offer these treasures to Laban in exchange for the plates," Nephi told Sam. They filled their bags with shimmering jewels and precious metals, hoping Laban's greed would work in their favor. The brothers returned to Laban's house and showed him their great wealth. Nephi held out a heavy bag of gold, hoping for a peaceful trade. Laban's eyes widened when he saw the riches, but he did not want to trade fairly. He wanted the gold, but he wanted to keep the plates too. Instead of handing over the plates, Laban called for his guards. "Take them," he roared. Laban and his men chased the brothers out of the house, intending to kill them and steal their property. Laban stood at his door, watching his armed guard rush after the 4 brothers with a sword drawn. The brothers managed to escape the guards and hid in the dark shadows of a cave. Laman and Lemuel were furious. They blamed Nephi for their narrow escape and the loss of their gold. Their anger boiled over as they sat in the cold, damp cave, grumbling against their younger brothers. In his anger, Laman picked up a wooden rod and began to strike Nephi. He didn't understand that Nephi was only trying to follow God's word. Nephi stood his ground, bearing the blows with patience, while Sam watched in sorrow, unable to stop the conflict between his brothers. Suddenly, the cave was filled with a light so bright it chased away every shadow. A magnificent angel stood before them. Laman dropped the rod in shock and fell back against the cave wall. The angel's presence was powerful and holy, and the brothers trembled in his sight. The angel spoke with a voice of authority. "Why do ye smite your younger brother with a rod?" he asked. "Know ye not that the Lord hath chosen him to be a ruler over you?" The angel told them to return to Jerusalem one more time, promising that the Lord would deliver Laban into their hands. Nephi looked up at the angel, his heart filled with renewed faith.